Hello everybody, welcome back to the Daily Journal series. I have now swapped on Entei onto the team. For those of you that have been following, you'll know that I'm currently hunting for honey, and trying to get as much of it as possible. Now, I was being kind of stupid. One of you guys suggested in the comments that I swap on Entei, because I wasn't thinking about it. Now, what's interesting is I did think about it, but I said, oh no, I can't do that, I'm running Cresselia as my healer. Forgetting that I swapped Wigglytuff on as my healer. Like, I processed it and considered Entei when Cresselia was still the healer on the team. So then I was like, oh no, I can't run Entei because it's not, the healer conflicts because of the legendary slot thing. And then I swapped on Wigglytuff. So then my brain never went back to using Entei for some reason. So, thank you to that suggestion. It is helping with the honey. I woke up to a double proc this morning. And another thing that I did, I swapped on a different Meganium. I had Neum here, which is my better Meganium by normal standards. This guy. This is the one I was using. But then I was like, wait a minute, I have another Meganium that also has honey in the level 30 slot. It's a worse Meganium, but it's got double helping speed instead of Berry Finding S, and so it's worse by normal conventional standards. But if you're looking for the honey productivity, this dude is strictly better, because the inventory doesn't fill as fast, because it doesn't have Berry Finding S, and it's got plenty more speed with 2 tiers of speed instead of no tiers of speed. So, even though this one's better for berry productivity and most conventional standards of how we evaluate Pokemon in this game, for this week, I should have been using this Meganium the entire time, and I wasn't. But I noticed it last night when I was swapping on the Entei. I was like, oh man, that Meganium is actually a little bit better. So, hopefully we can pull out the last minute honey. I don't think I'm going to get it, but I do intend to swap on the team that I run next week, tonight, just because I've seen that some of them are a little bit low on energy, and I want to get the nighttime energy from it. So I will be swapping them on, just because running them, swapping things around to try and get the honey has caused... Actually, okay, wait. Valentina's maxed, Charizard's maxed. I'm not planning on running anything that I'm currently running. Gigachu's max. Actually, maybe we do have all the energy we need. What were the other Pokemon I was running? I need leaks. So, this guy, he's more than maxed. You know what? We may actually not need to run them all tonight. I still probably will, just to like make sure we have the right ingredients. Or maybe I'll just run the Dream Shard bonus team, because that never hurts. What's the last ingredient? It's leeks, sausages, honey, and soybean. No, it's not soybeans. I need to check real quick. Give me a moment. Chansey. Chansey. It's Chansey, okay. Where's Chansey sitting for energy? Okay, so Chansey needs the energy. Chansey will go on tonight, just to get that energy back. But everybody else, I can kind of pick and choose what I want for the last couple slots. But anyway, that's what we're looking like right now. As far as the honey hunt goes, we need 531. We're currently at 416, so I need to make like 115 today, which is actually feasible with this team if Entei goes crazy enough. Entei's RNG is kind of what determines that for us, and a little bit on Wigglytuff. But anyway, let's hop into the sleep session review. The honey hunt, the honey... If only we had a Pokemon with Honey Gather. What are Pokemon that have Honey Gather? That'd be a funny ability. It just finds a bunch of honey. I know that's a terrible ability in base games, but what are... Ribombee? Okay, anyway. Let's hop into the sleep session review. Okay. That looks like dozing. Yep, it's dozing. If they ever add Ribombee, which I can actually see them adding Ribombee in this game. I feel like it'd be funny if it had a unique ability that was unique skill, Honey Gather. This would be the one game where Honey... and it just finds a boatload of honey with the main skill. I think that'd be hilarious. Wow. That is a weird distribution of sleep styles. 1 4-star, 2 3-stars, and a bunch of 1-stars. Those 3-stars and the 4-star must be Evolved Mons, or maybe some Evolved Mons in the 1-stars as well. Because we're pretty far along in the week. Ah, 4-star Butterfree. What do you know? And a 1-star Butterfree. So yeah, a couple Evolved Pokemon. There's a Caterpie, so that's probably going to be the thing we catch today. And there's an Arbok as well. Would you look at that? Would you look ahead, everybody? Drifloon is hungry. I'm not even gonna bother with Drifloon. It's not a great Pokemon in this game. Sorry to any Drifloon lovers, but it's hungry, but I already have a really good one. And even the really good one that I caught, I haven't been investing. So, it's just gonna sit there hungry. You know what? Screw this. I'm gonna buy them. I'm eventually gonna use all the 100 cost ones. They're cheaper. Even if I don't use them, I don't have any problem rolling them over into the next month because they are the cheaper biscuits. Alrighty, so we're just catching the Caterpie today. I'm not even gonna bother with the hungry Drifloon. Like I said, if I want to invest one, I'll just invest the one I already have. Thank you, Neroli. We're always making serious strides around here. As for which candy to send out... It's either between Ghastly and Caterpie and Butterfree. I'm actually going to send out the Butterfree candy. Prep y'all for the new island a little bit. Ghastly candy is super common and super easy to come by. Granted, Caterpie is pretty easy to come by too, but it's also a berry specialist, which cares more about its level than an ingredient specialist would, so... And Gengar's in a weird spot with what it can do. Anyway, what's this Caterpie got for us? Is Galberry finding S? Hold up. This could be great. And it's not really. So, Berry Finding S alone does not carry a berry specialist at this point for me, especially a weaker berry specialist like Butterfree. If I make a quick comparison here, because my big problem is I have too good of a berry specialist, which is a good problem to have. But let's say ingredient finding, inventory M. This dude's gonna be fighting with a slot. Now, theoretically, if expert mode comes around and I need a bug type, you know what? Then maybe just something. But I've also got a very interesting... I've already got a Butterfree, actually, that I wouldn't ever really want to use. It's just a lot of speed. So if we compare with Bug-favored berry... Let's see... Bug... We'll make it for theoretical wetlands, as Ivan Brown says. Then the adamant one here actually is better. Even at level 60. What about level 75? It still doesn't overcome. Level 100, this guy's still better. So, what about when we apply sneaky snacking? Because that's like the only two ways to evaluate it. Okay, the Berry Finding S1 is better under sneaky snacking conditions. But not really that much better. But that's assuming that we're just comparing the Butterfree that I have to the Butterfree that I have. What if we compare it to my non-Butterfree options? Which, that's the real better question. First and foremost comes my Arbok. Which, granted, my Arbok looks not the best. But, okay, so this help bonus stacks it to 0. If they're all level 60, the Arbok is the best of the 3. So, and this Arbok really benefits from sneaky snacking compared to what this Butterfree would, because it's got ingredient finding in the nature, whereas this guy does. It does have ingredient finding M, which I guess that's better. So, okay, we'll compare the sneaky snacking as well. How does that comparison look? Yeah, even worse for the Butterfree, as I expected. But the real question is, even if the Arbok's better, and this other Butterfree is close, the big standard that I always have to compare to is against my Raichu. Oh, and also this Arbok has helping bonus, which isn't even being taken accounted for. If I got rid of help bonus stacks 0, then it's just really unfair. But the big thing for me is always, how does it compare to my Raichu? Because, like, if my Raichu can outperform it without even having Favored Berry, then it's really not worth consideration. Which, at level 75, I guess it is better than my Raichu at level 75. What about level 65? Because that's the current max in the game. Obviously, as berries get exponentially more valuable, the Butterfree's going to overtake it more and more, but it's only a little bit better. But I wouldn't even say it's better, because this dude has helping bonus, which, once again, I think for berry specialists, this is a more fair comparison. Which, if this is the comparison, then this Butterfree has no chance, even with berry fighting S. I'm just too far along in the game. A berry specialist like this is not worth even consideration to me. Other than if expert mode severely nerfs the other types, which we still don't know. So I'll hold on to it for now. Well, I think the adamant one's just better. I think I'm just gonna keep the adamant one around, more so than I would this one. So, alrighty. Well, we do like seeing that honey come in. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the video and the comparisons, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Down in the description, we'll have a link to join the Discord. You can come join us, hang out, talk about all things Pokemon, sleep, and the like. Got the join button. Feel free to click that if you want to show your support in that way and are financially capable of doing so. I don't have any really rewards for paid members, but the option is there if you just want to show your support, and it does go a long way, and I do genuinely thank you all. And as always, thank you all for watching, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.